Hello and welcome to Painting with Sue and Jack. That's Sue.
Hi.
And I'm Jack. And anyway, we're going to show you how to do some oil painting. And I've started off, and I'm very good. This is the kind of paintings that I've been doing. In fact, this is my first one, and as you can see, it's pretty bad. But my mum's the proper artist, and she's doing really good paintings. And you want to say something?
Oh yeah. Right, the equipment you're going to need, a new fan brush for me to start with, around a bit broken. Right, 2-inch paint, make it hold it, 2-inch paintbrush.
As close to 1 inch as you can get. You might want to aim a couple of each brush.
Fan brush.
And a palette knife. This is really important, and it's best to have an edge like that when you're doing mountains, because we'll be doing a lot of those.
Right, just go out and buy yourself some oil paints. You might need plenty of white.
And a palette.
And don't bother with when you make the liquid clear or the liquid white. The liquid clear, we're just going to use sunflower oil. Liquid white's going to be mixed with sunflower oil and oil paints. Now this is really important. If you want friends, don't use white spirit or Turks because it stinks. Get a low odour, paint thinning, cleaning and general purpose. It's really inexpensive. You go to the art shops, you pay £30 for that, but it's about £6 out
And
there.
how much will all that cost?
Probably a starter kit. You can buy a cheap starter kit like this. Little oil paints for about £2.99. And one like this costs you about £12. You see at that size, and they are 38 mils.
Okay, now it's also nice to get a little mixing pot like this, because then you can mix your liquid white
Yeah.
in it, and also just a yogurt pot in which you cook the liquid clear in.
Again, you see there's £1 with yogurt in it. If you go to the art shop, you pay £8 for that, and with a filter in the bottom, it's 15. Ridiculous price.
Now this is the most important bit about the painting. When you start, you need to put on a very small amount of liquid white. Now this is really easy to make. You just get your liquid clear and put in some white oil paint. And you need to apply a very thin layer. I can't stress this enough. Now I'm starting new canvas, and as you can see, my mum's almost finished hers.
And this only took about half an hour to do.
Right, so you need to have a very thin layer. You need to do a crisscross action, like that, all over the canvas. Now I've already started, so I just need to do a little bit more. And a very thin layer, isn't it?
Very thin.
I can't stress this enough. And all this does is it means paint mix.
Did you tell them why the glue is in the top of the canvas?
Oh yeah. I've got a bit of blue in the top of the canvas. I'm not sure if you can see that, because I almost started without putting on the liquid white, and that's not a very clever thing to do.
If you don't put on the liquid white, you won't be able to move the paint across the canvas.
No. Yeah, so just a very thin layer, don't put too much on, a nice even coat. And then once you've done this, you can start with the sky. Okay. Now, when you're doing a large area, like the sky, it's best to use a 2-inch brush, because you can get a lot of area done quick. And what you do is you can mix the paint to your desired colour, and you get some on the brush, and once again you do the crisscross action.
While you're doing the crisscross action, can I just show you that clean brush? This is a good thing to have. Just a bin with a black bin in it, bin liner. And what you do is you just put your brush in, just give it a little wiggle around, and get the paint off. Because you have to keep your brush really clean all the time. Shape it on the side like that. Dash it into the bin. Wipe it on a bit of towel, and then I just flick it all over Jack.
which isn't very pleasant. Oh yeah, and also if you're going to get an easel, make sure you get one that's worth money. And I'll tell you why. I've got one of these cheap ones, and it's annoying because there's a latch at the top, and I don't know if you can see, but it always leaves this unclear bit, and you need to take it off with the easel and paint it in your hand, and it can get very annoying. See, look, so you're just doing motions like that. Okay, now these paintings, how long do you think you take them? About half an hour. Right.
So this, I'm not.
Yeah, they take about half an hour for a quick one, but if you're doing one like my mum's, which we'll show you when it's dried in another episode, it can take, how long do you think it takes to dry? One like that, a couple of weeks? We'll say a week, 2 weeks, but it can take a long time.
Especially some watermelons and watermelons in mine. It's very thin though. Just finish it off. And just going to put a bit of shade in my bark and pink. I'm not very happy with that.
Okay, now I'm going to quickly show you how to mix the paint. Okay, so I've just got some basic colours. I'm going to get some marine blue and already mix it into the blue I've got for the sky. And then I'm going to get some titanium white, just a little, on the end of the brush, and mix it in. And because it's an oil paint, they mix incredibly well, isn't that right?
Absolutely.
And then you can see you get the desired colour. And then away you go with sky again. Now, like me, you sometimes get a bit on the canvas because you haven't put the liquid white on properly. There it's quite hard to paint with them. Just be a little bit enforceable with a couple of brushes. Do you think that's the right thing to do? Yeah, that's what happens when you get a cheap brush. So I'm not saying, don't fork out absolutely loads of money, but make sure the brush won't start falling apart. Okay, so, and what are you doing at the moment with the painting?
I'm just putting a little bit of with my foam brush, just a little bit of light green on the top, just on the top of this dark green, just bring out a bit of colour, and light in the picture. That's what we're going to see. And these pictures are just out of our head. We're not copying anything.
No.
It's our picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Took the hours, not copied.
However,
And we're very. Mine's a summer picture, I think. Summer picture with the mountains that way in the background. That's why I've done it in the purple colour to give it distance. And
also what we'll do is, we know the camera's a pretty long way back, but in some future episodes we'll just have the camera right next to the painting so you can see what's going on. And also when we finish the painting, we're actually going to show it to you in greater detail and what's going on. Great. Okay.
I like holding my mirror.
Yeah, if you've got a mirror in the room,
Thinking about the book, I might just
it helps you to see it from a better perspective. This easel is quite new. Okay, now you don't want to do the whole canvas and sky, but I would say go about halfway. Do you think? About halfway? Yeah, I need to put some more liquid white on. If I haven't put on enough, I don't think. You can see it instantly makes the paint mix really well. Okay.
The good thing about oils is that you just can't make them small. You can scrape it off, you can spread it about, you can do so much with it.
So as you can see, I've just finished the sky effect, and it didn't take that long, and it looks. What do you think, Mum?
Oh, really nice, yeah.
If you're wondering if you can hear that, that's our hectic a dog. She barks at almost anything.
Oh, horse is going by.
Yeah, horse is going by. Alright. So now I'm going to start on a mountain. And if it's alright with my mum, I'm going to do a close-up. So, Mum, if you can keep them entertained, I'll just do
I'm just finished my knot now.
Okay. Just going to take you over. Sorry about the ungraceful making of the stands. Okay. Right, so this is where it's great to have a good palette knife. For example, I'm just going to quickly wash my brush. Now this is very important because you don't want the oils drying on your brush, isn't that right? Because what happens then? Yeah, exactly, so you need to buy loads of new brushes.
No, that's not bad.
Isn't that done?
No, you've got to dry it on the kitchen towel.
Yeah,
Just cover
I
the
forgot to
dirt.
dry the paint with the kitchen towel, so
Oh,
I just got my mum all wet.
No, exactly. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's a laugh. Alright, so I'm going to make a nice mountain colour. I'll start off with some black. Just bring it down. And I'll add a bit of blue. Just a little blue. And some brown. A little bit of white. Now just a little white, because if you remember, it does mix incredibly well, these paints. I think I might even have a little bit of yellow in that, just to make it a bit more of an earthy colour. Okay, now you really don't want that much paint on this. I think that's my mum just made a bit of a mistake. But
Fell off here.
it is
Jesus.
now. It's easy to amend your mistakes, so it is pretty difficult to actually make a mistake, because you can make it look amazing with these oils, and especially with this painting technique. Right, so you want to get the sharp edge of the knife, so the bit that's got the paint on it, and you want to get a small bit on, just like a small roll. Just a really small roll. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, and you can start your mounting wherever you want. I'm going to have mine quite high up, and you have a scraping effect. It's like that. Just got a bit on. Alright, so, okay. You have to be brave, and you just scrape. And then we'll put a little bit more on. Scrape. Now you have to remember, I am the last person which could possibly be an artist, and I'm not that great. However, I do actually find it's really enjoyable, and as I'm doing my exams at the moment, it's a really good way to chill out. Okay. Okay, and then you can do a bit like other side. Just use the other side of the knife when you're going down the other side of the mountain. Because otherwise it can look a bit wrong.
That's really good.
My mum's being modest there. She's a much better painter than me. You can see when hers is finished. See, just a nice scraping. And then you want to get some, once again on the edge, and you want to drag it down this way. Like that. Like that. Put a little mountain there if you want. Doesn't matter, whatever you want. And then put some on the other side of the knife again. Do exactly the same, straight down. It's easier if you're not holding a palette in your hand, because you can use your other hand. But just bring it down. Right. And then what you want to do is you want to get your 2-inch brush, and you just want what's the technique called? And you just scrape it into the background. Blending, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay, so you start off with doing, well, you just want to follow the angles of the mountain. So I'll be bringing it down towards the white of the canvas. Okay. I'm not really sure if this is going to work. This is the first time I've actually tried this. I've seen my mum do it. Okay. See, it's just making like a sloping mountain effect. We'll do it on this side. Now you might think a 2-inch brush isn't much of a painting tool, it's more the kind of thing you would use when you're painting a wall. But you would be surprised how useful these can be. Isn't that right? And then you can see we've still got this really large sky area. Just keep blending, get it down. Okay, you can even put a little bit of the mountain colour on your brush, just a little bit, and then do that crisscross effect again. Just blend it in. Now, it's actually difficult when you're doing this if the angle of the easel is up straight. If you put it at a bit of an angle, you can get an easier brush stroke, as you can see. Okay, there we go. It's a nice mountain effect there. You can see that took about 5 minutes. We've got a pretty nice mountain. Okay, now what we're going to do, quickly clean the brush. Take a few minutes, try not to get my mum all soaked again with the thing. And just
No, don't do that.
noise alarm.
You forget to do the bin bit. That's what it is. Get this all on the bin.
Yeah, that's me being forgetful. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to put in a bit of highlighting. So what you want to do is as it's a mountain, it's going to be snow. So you want to get a bit on your brush, not your brush, or your palette knife again. And you can't apply any pressure, just as lightly as you can. Just brush it down the sides of the mountains. So I think you do it a little bit more pink. Just the same angle. Getting a little bit coarse now. Like I said, actually, I'm going to be needing a bit more white paint. Do you just think you've finished that?
Yeah.
And have a little bit more white paint. Well, do you want to show the camera? Then, well, my mum's going to show the painting. It's absolutely brilliant, even though she thinks it's not.
This is the first time. Oh, really good.
Fine, isn't it? And
That took about 40 minutes to do, as you can see.
bring it closer so they can see it. So,
You can see the mountain background, the trees, and the forest, and how it's all soft and
a bit more
blended in.
towards them. Up. There we go.
And that took about 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay, now are you going to be starting another painting now? I haven't really got time.
It's only 25 to 2. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to get.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. I'm going to get halfway through this, and then I'm going to stop. If you want to see it, you have to watch the next episode.
Yeah, because we'll have to clean up, won't we, for it?
And we'll quickly show you how to clean up, isn't it? Is it?
Oh, that's really nice.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish this one too. Okay. Wipe the paint off. Okay, so
After checking it for you?
okay, so you want to get a thin brush, say the 1 inch brush, so a useful one. What you want to do is you want to make a shady colour. So let's say a little bit of white.
I'm going to treat myself to it. Where is it? Here's the camera.
Up.
See that? My fan brush is ready for the paintbrush graveyard. Alright. Here it
So
goes.
I'd say a bit of titanium white, a bit of ivory black, and put in a bit of marine blue. That just kind of makes like a bluey shady colour. So what you're going to do is you want to apply it mainly on one edge of the brush. You see it's mainly on one end, and you want that end to soften. And where there's black, you just want to put in a little bit of shade. That's the brush. Apply a bit more paint if you want. Straight down here. See, that just makes it look more 3D. Okay, so that concludes this week's painting. Now, cleaning up, all you do is you have to clean all the brushes. It's best to put them in one part of the room, clean the palettes, and clean the dish with the liquid white in, because when that dries, it gets all hard bits in. That's not very nice.
That's my palette, look. I've got a cheap tray, as you can see. Oh, where is it? Cheap tray, and I just burnt a hole in it so I can hold it like that on my arm. I put the colours along. 187. Because I think hopefully somebody's going to make me a palette out of the special plastic, but you can't buy them.
Right,
Okay.
so
Nice like this.
remember, it would be great if you subscribe to see more episodes, and you can see this finished. We'll probably be bringing you a couple of episodes a week if YouTube's up, and if you want, comment below, let us know what you think of the paintings and your feelings, and if you try one, send us in a picture in the link, or email us. So thanks, and this is Painting with Sue and Jack.
Bye!
Bye!